Hello everybody, we are back with another video, and today we are going to be discussing the primordial goddess of creation, Thesis. Now she's a divinity that's related to Mother Nature, who I believe we have already covered off, and her name was Thesis. This is where it gets a bit confusing, so a lot of the names kind of run off of each other. Now she did occur in the Orphixiogenies as the first being to emerge at creation alongside Hydros, the primordial waters, and mud. She was sometimes portrayed as the female aspect of the firstborn bigendered god Thames, who was initially known as Eros, who we have covered off in a previous video. Thesis also appears in myth in the guise of Metis, the created goddess devoured by Zeus, and Thetis, the nurse or mother of all creation. However, in literature, Metis and Thetis are only distantly related to the cosmic creator goddess ascribed in the Alcman's Theogony and the Orifix. So not to be confusing or anything, but yes, so there's two goddesses of creation, which Thetis, who we have covered, and but today we're discussing the other one, who is called Theseus. So much like the others, she does appear in a few different mythologies that I have been able to track. So this is in the Iliad. He's got here Homer portrays Oceanus and Thetis as the primordial gods of creation. Thetis, in this sense, is Thesis, creation. The ends of the generous earth on a visit to Oceanus, whence the gods have risen, and Thetis, our mother. In this one, this is the Alcman, fragment 5. It's got here Thetis. After that ancient Poros and Tecmor came into being after Poros, thereupon called him Poros, since the beginning provided all things. For when the matter began to be set in order, a certain Poros came into being as a beginning. So Alcman represents the matter of all things as confused and uninformed. Not uninformed, unformed. Then he says that one came into being who set all things in order. Then that Poros came into being, and then Poros had passed, by Tecmor followed. And Poros is as a beginning, Tecmor like an end. When Thetis had come into being, a beginning and an end of all things came into being simultaneously, and all things have their nature resembling the matter of bronze, while Thetis has hers resembling that of a craftsman, Poros and Tecmor resembling a beginning and the end. So basically, my understanding of that is you had one primordial being who was at the beginning of everything, and another primordial being who was at the end of everything. But then Thetis linked those two and then that's how creation came about. So then this is from one of the other theogonies. It says here, originally there was Hydros and mud, from which Gaia solidified. These two are the first principles, water and earth. The one before the two, Thesis, however, he leaves unexpressed, his very silence being an intimation of its ineffable nature. The third principle after the two was engineered by these, Gaia and water, Hydros. that is and was Drakon, the dragon serpent, with extra heads growing upon it of a bull and lion, and the god's countenance in the middle. It had wings upon its shoulders, and its name was Kronos. It goes into quite a bit of length there, but that's the only bit that actually refers to Thetis. So then in this one you've got the gods, as they say, did not exist from the beginning, but each of them was born just as we are born, and this is agreed by them all. Homer saying, Oceanus, the genesis of the gods, and mother Thesis, and Oriphis, who was the original inventor of the gods' names, and recounted their births, and said that they have all said what they have all done, and who enjoy some credit among them as true theologians, is generally followed by Homer, above all about the gods, also making their first genesis from water. Oceanus, who is the genesis of all, for Hydros was, according to him, the origin of everything. And from Hydros, mud, the primordial Gaia formed, and from the pair of them, a living creature was generated with an extra head growing upon it of a lion and another of a bull, and in the middle of them a god's countenance. Its name was Heracles and Kronos. This Heracles generated a huge egg which formed the earth, air, and sea. And I can't remember which one it was now, but in previous videos of the primordials, there is one, actually I think it's Thanes, who in his serpent form circles around the egg, and then the egg breaks, and then that egg forms the heavens, the heavens, the Tartaros, and the earth, I guess you could say. So there is that mythology as well. Now in this one, which is from the 5th century AD, it says Nonus represents Oceanus and Thetis as the primordial gods of creation, in the manner of Homer. Thetis, agamate and bedmate of Oceanus, ancient as the world, nurse of commingled waters, south-born, loving mother of children. Which does make sense. If she is a creation goddess, and as such she creates, so that she would be the mother of children in that sense, as children are born from the mother. And the creation energy is very much a part of that feminine energy. But that is another topic, and a much more involved topic for another time. Much like the other primordials, I couldn't find anything in relation to how she might have been worshipped or how her cult may have been practiced. But much like the other primordials, a lot of the information has unfortunately been lost to time. But this is just a little bit about her that I have been able to find. I hope everyone enjoys this, what I have been able to find here, and we will be back next week with some more videos. Until then, everyone has a great weekend. Bye.